I moved into I kind of redid my barn, so I just moved out there and pretty much surrendered my house to these children.
That's what I did, and then they all went to his house.
Yeah, I got Justice, Camino, and Liz. They're over there now.
My goodness, you got all of them.
Yeah, well, they pay me rent. So.
That's good.
Yeah. Well, IT's a little bit of a slacker right now.
Yeah, he can be sometimes. You just gotta give him a little.
He's passed out on the couch. You know what? I don't know. It was always when I grew up, my friends' parents always let the kids go to his house to party, but they had to stay there then.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they're not out driving around and everything. And it was like,
that's dangerous.
They're going to be doing it anyway, so
yeah.
So they have a safe place. And
that was my house. You guys stay here if you're doing something.
Yeah, little heathen.
Woo-hoo. You heard from, what's her name? Tina?
No.
Me neither.
Good morning out there, everybody. It is Friday. Yes, we made it to Friday. And we are here with the Hometown Movie Guys. Good morning.
Good morning, and good morning to all the people out there in Radioland.
Yes.
Good morning.
How are you guys today?
Good. Tina is absent. Hope she's okay. We haven't heard from her.
Oh, yeah, I hope she's all right out there.
But
Well-
Andy and Craig are here.
Maybe she's still home enjoying the little bit of snow we have left.
We got plenty left at my house in Star Valley.
Well, it's all melting here, and I'm excited about the melting part of it. It's almost done. You know, it's pretty icy, though, so you guys be careful out there this morning. But today, we're going to let you know all the movies playing. One I want to start off with is Marry Me. I got to go watch that.
Huh? Did you like
Okay.
it?
I loved it with Jennifer Lopez and Owen Wilson. It was a great movie.
Do you think there's any chemistry between those two? Did they make it seem like they were actually acquainted?
Yes,
Yes.
I feel so.
Okay.
Yes.
You know, good. Okay, because
Yeah. You know, Owen Wilson being in a love movie, I was like, what? But he did so good. He
Yeah.
did really good in that movie. Have you guys watched it yet?
Yeah, Wedding Crashers.
Yep. Wedding Crashers was great.
Yeah. A little romance movie.
A little bit, yeah.
Kinda, yeah. No, I haven't seen it yet.
Are you going to?
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
I'm gonna see Uncharted today.
Shannon Peabody says, good morning. I hope everyone is staying warm. We definitely are here.
Yeah.
It's pretty warm here in the KRIM cottage.
Owen Wilson has made a lot of movies. Some of them have been very sweet and touching. My favorite of his actually is Marley and Me, which is about him and his dog.
That was a little too touching.
Too touching. Well, sometimes you want to go to the movies and have yourself a good cry.
Yeah, I guess. I'd rather stay home and cry.
Oh no, it's nothing says having a good time like soggy, rain-soaked or tear-soaked popcorn.
No, not for me.
No. I don't like my popcorn soggy either. But yeah, Marley and Me was also a good one that he did. Owen Wilson is definitely a great actor. What's one that you guys did see on this list? That's
Well,
it
let's
right now.
check. Well, poor Craig doesn't get to see any of them.
You never watch any of them?
Some, not too many really.
No.
Yeah.
You just don't get the time, do you?
Yeah, well, I'm at
Is
the
it work?
theater. Yeah, I'm at the theater all the time anyway. And
So you don't really want to go sit in there and just
yeah,
sit
my
for a
days
movie?
off. Yeah, go back to the theater.
Yeah. Just likes to hang out with all those kids at home.
Yeah.
But what about Uncharted? Have you seen that?
No, I'm going to go see that today. That'll be today's movie. Uncharted is been getting very happy responses from the public.
Well, Mark Wahlberg is in that movie.
That's right.
Yeah, the critics were a little bit rough on this one.
The
but,
critics were a little bit rough.
Really?
Yeah.
Everybody has loved it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oftentimes you can get an evaluation from the critics on something like Rotten Tomatoes, for instance,
Right.
they didn't really trash it, but they weren't real happy with it either.
I mean, what can you say bad about Rotten Tomatoes?
Well, I don't often agree with them, to tell you the truth. And in this case, the scores given by people who actually go in, pay their money to see the movie, sit in the dark and watch it, and then when they come out, they'll ask them, say, "Well, did you like the movie?" And they say, "Well, yeah, I liked it," or "No, I didn't like it," or whatever, and it's considerably higher score than the professionals who watched it for free.
Mm.
So
That movie is rated PG-13.
it is PG-13. So,
So you definitely can take your kids out to watch that one.
well, not the little kids,
No?
no, but if they're 13, they can go.
It's not too bad. Yeah,
No.
it's more just for action violence, I think, than anything on that PG-13.
And this is, I think, in the well, it's a treasure movie.
Mm.
Wahlberg and Tom Holland are out looking for lost treasure ship.
Oh.
And for those of us that made it to 8th grade remember Ferdinand Magellan, who the first guy to circumnavigate the Earth, but actually he only made it as far as the Philippines and then he got killed. But the story involves that expedition and lost treasure ships
Mm.
from 1520.
Ooh.
So,
You made it sound really exciting.
well, I think it will be. I mean, I like treasure movies.
It's actually
Me too,
it's
actually.
a video game adaptation too.
Oh, really?
It was
Wow.
a video game.
Nice.
Directors Ruben Fleischer. You will remember him from the magnificent Zombieland and the also magnificent, although slightly less so, Zombieland 2.
Oh.
Two of the great zombie movies of all time.
Hmm.
And those of you in Radioland that haven't bought one yet, you can still get copies of my excellent movie review book, A Gross of Zombies, reviews of 144 zombie films, available on Amazon.
Wow. Well, that's a first for me. I didn't know that.
You didn't know that I had written
I didn't.
movie reviews of 144 zombie movies?
Maybe you'll make me want to watch a zombie movie.
Well, I don't care about that so much as you buy the book.
Well,
No,
that's what I'm saying. If I buy the book, maybe I'll want to watch a zombie movie.
You haven't seen Zombieland?
No.
Whoa.
I'm not-
Oh. Oh, Zombieland
Oh,
is
go watch
great.
Zombieland.
Yeah, go watch that immediately.
Comedy.
Yeah.
Well, if my mom's listening, she'll definitely want to watch it. She watches
Watch it
every
with her.
zombie thing you can think of. She
Oh, I
watches.
like your mom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she loves zombies.
Yeah, get some snacks and go watch it with your mom. You have a mother-daughter thing. That'd be great.
That sounds exciting.
Yeah. Oh, there's one of the things that they do in Zombieland is they have a zombie kill of the week, where they kill a zombie in some just utterly bizarre way. For instance, one of them, they dropped a piano on a zombie.
Oh.
So
Mm.
hardly ever get to see that.
No, I don't think you really get to see that.
But the same guy, though, the same director,
Nice.
Ruben Fleischer, also did the recent Venom, another Marvel. Venom's Marvel, isn't
It is now.
it? Oh,
Venom, Sony. They're it's that kind of crossover thing they have going
Uh-huh.
on. It's Sony and Marvel have a weird relationship. Yeah.
but now they're in sync
Mostly, yeah.
for the moment.
For the moment, yeah. Until
For now.
until one of them screws the other one over.
Well,
Until they have a little fight, you
Little
know.
fight, yeah.
But Venom did very well. I don't like Venom as a character, so I don't appreciate the movie very much. The character bites people's heads off and stuff. You know, it's kind of
that's a complicated anti-hero.
yeah. Well, he bites people's heads off.
Kind of tries to help people by biting their heads off.
That's real helpful.
Well, I guess not for the one that loses his head. Yeah, that's the problem I have. You're right there. Yeah, but the movie itself did really just spectacularly well. People liked it, even if I had a little trouble with it.
That's if you watch Peacemaker at all, you know it's kind of a spin-off from Suicide Squad.
Yeah, no, I don't like Peacemaker that much either.
Yeah, he's I'm gonna have peace if I have to kill every man, woman, and child to get it.
Gotta have some kind of peace.
That's kind of his tagline.
Yeah.
That anti-hero thing is. Well, Deadpool too. Deadpool's kind of an anti-hero.
No.
He kills people.
Yeah, he does. He does. Yeah, but I got to give you that. But I like Deadpool though. I think Deadpool's funny.
Well, yeah, he's more of a comedian than that, but
Yeah.
him and Venom are right there together.
Venom's not funny.
No.
No. Anyway, so we got a director for Uncharted who's has a proven track record of being able to put together, you know, great big spectacular movies. And this is a big spectacular movie that spent $100 million to make it.
Wow.
So, you know, this isn't some little quickie off the shelf thing. So,
And it's doing pretty good?
It is.
yeah, it is. As a
Number
matter of
one.
fact.
Yeah, it was number one last weekend.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
And it'll be number one again this weekend. We don't have any new film this week.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys noticed that, but
I did.
yeah, no new movies. And I think that's mostly because next week we've got Batman coming in.
Ooh,
with,
exciting.
It's going to be a big one, yeah. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be really, really good.
And what's that kid's name? It's going to be Batman.
Robert Pattinson.
Okay. And we know him from
Twinkly Vampire.
yeah.
Twilight. From Twilight. So annoying. The twinkle in the sunlight.
Beautiful.
Stop.
But
Done. Cut off.
But you know what? When they cast him as Batman,
people just went, "Oh, you can't do that.
Uh,
You can't have twinkles in there as Batman."
if you haven't seen any of the trailers, check them out. It looks like it's gonna be really good, and I changed my mind after seeing those.
Yeah, me too.
I haven't seen the trailers, so I think when we're done, I'm gonna check them out.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a really good, serious beat 'em up Batman.
Oh, good.
And if I remember correctly, in one of the trailers, when he's beating up one of these criminals, he just keeps on beating them, beating them, beating them, beating
Yeah,
them.
they says, "Who are you?" He says, "I am vengeance."
Boom.
And yeah, and then beats on him.
Yep. For a long time.
It's kind of a
Gives him a good beating.
Yeah.
it's kind of a darker Batman than some of these that we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it looks great. I should be doing that one next Thursday night.
Ooh, special early show.
Special early show next Thursday at 6:30 p.m.
Wow.
Gonna do it.
Exciting.
It's a long one too. Brace yourself for that.
Couple hours.
3.
3.
Wow.
Yeah, 3 hours. We're only gonna be able to do 2 shows a day on that one. We'll play it at 1 o'clock and at 6:30.
We can handle 3 hours with popcorn and some snacks.
Yeah, there you
Got
Or
this.
as we professional movie critics say, bring your depends.
Oh, no.
I don't even want to think of this.
Yeah, don't encourage that. No.
Well, we don't
Hey,
want to
what
leave
are-
and miss
What
anything.
are you doing right now to him? Just make it to the bathroom, guys. It's
Yeah.
fine. Bobby Lowry sent 500 stars. Good morning,
Oh,
Bobby
wow.
Lowry. Thank you.
500.
Yeah.
Awesome. But Uncharted, we were asking how Uncharted is doing at the box office. $100 million budget, but it's brought in 146 million at the box office. So it's not quite profitable yet, but it's really heading in the right direction. And maybe by when we we commune again next Friday, maybe we'll have some profitable news for that.
Nice.
I like movies, and you can't make movies if the movies don't make money.
Right.
I mean, it's just like anything else. You can't have a gas station if the gas station doesn't make money, or a radio station.
Absolutely.
You know, you got to make the money, or you can't have the movie.
Mhm.
And I like movies, so
Yeah.
I'm always happy when they make money, and I'm often sad unless I don't like the movie when they don't make money. But geez, what a racket! You know, when even Venom, I think it's like $700 million or $600 million, a huge amount of money. So,
Well, if you're looking for a treasure movie, there you go.
yeah,
Uncharted.
It's not a bad bet on those. You throw $100 million in a movie, which is a lot.
Hmm.
But if you're going to lose money, you might lose 20, 30 million, which is a lot to lose.
Yeah.
But the flip side of it is you might make 700-800 million off of that. So there's a lot of
upside.
potential reward there for making these movies.
Right.
But it isn't just money. I mean, you have to have the movie has to be something that people want to go see.
Mhm.
You know, that when they come out of the movie, they're going, "Whoa, that was so cool." If they come out of the movie and say, "Well, that was dumb, and I want my money back," that's not as good.
No, definitely not.
You know, we have another movie playing that is also a big money movie called Moonfall.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Halle
They
Berry's
spent
in that
they
one.
spent even more on it, $140 million.
Yikes.
And it has, what's her name? Who's the actress?
Halle Berry.
Halle Berry. Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. She's one of my favorites.
Yeah, me too. In fact, when I go home, I think I'm gonna queue up Swordfish and watch that. Good John Travolta movie.
But you're going to see Uncharted.
Yeah, but when I go home, I can watch a different
Oh.
movie.
All right.
I have that capability.
So what is the movie about?
What? Uncharted?
Moonfall.
Moonfall.
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty straightforward. The moon falls.
There you go. It tells you in the title. If you were wondering like I am, there you go. It's in the title.
Yes. And
The
if that,
moon is falling.
and if that seems a little silly to you,
A little.
well, the public has gone out, reached into its pocket, and plunked down $38 million in 4 weeks, 3 weeks. Yeah.
3-4 weeks now.
Yep, to go in and see a movie that cost them $140 million to make.
Yeah.
This is, and I love saying this. This is what we call in the movie game an epic fail.
Ooh.
So it'll be, well, they'll probably never ever recover their money.
Netflix will pay them a bunch of money to play it there.
Maybe.
But yeah, it's going to be not a big money maker.
Yeah. Our favorite is Waterworld, and you know, there's a lot of ways to make money with the movies, and not just in the theatrical release, but there's you know, DVDs, and you get to show them on TV and all this other stuff. Waterworld was, although I loved it, I thought it was great and funny and kind of snarky and grand and pretty, and I liked it a lot. But the public did not, and the critics hated it. But it took them 21 years to get their money back.
Wow. And that was on Waterworld?
Waterworld, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
My goodness. So have you seen Moonfall then?
Oh yes.
Did you like it?
Oh no.
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 No, he didn't.
No.
He has nothing nice to say about Moonfall.
No.
Nothing?
Yeah.
Nothing
No.
there?
No. I like Halle Berry.
I like her too, but if the movie wasn't good, then
What about Dog?
Dog.
you know, I've heard so much good things about this.
Dog was a very interesting movie. It's about two soldiers that are returned from the wars, and it's contemporary, you know, modern day. It has a little touch of Arizona application in it, but I think they did the wrong thing. They billed it as a comedy, the dog comedy movie, and it isn't at all. It's quite a serious drama. It deals with the mental difficulties that
When you come home?
some soldiers have when they come home. One of the soldiers is a human. The other soldier is canine,
Oh.
and they both have some very real issues that they have not fully worked through, and that's what the movie's about.
Wow.
And it's not, it's not about funny dog stuff. And although I appreciated the movie, I didn't appreciate kind of being set up. I'm going into the movie looking for laughs and a good time, and I come and I get something
With a
very
tearjerker.
well. It's very serious, very serious drama dealing with very serious stuff, and I caught me off guard. I was ready for a laugh.
Not what you were expecting then.
Not what I was expecting, but it's doing okay.
Good.
It hasn't quite got into profitability. They only spent $15 million on it. It's got 21 in at the box office, which means it's well on the way in the right direction. And when I went to see it, and I typically will go at 1 o'clock on Friday afternoon, and that's not a real popular time, I mean,
Right.
it's not date night or anything,
No.
but the place was jammed.
Yeah, this is one of those.
The biggest crowd I've seen actually in one showing in
Well, with
months.
school being out on Fridays now,
This was
it
all
probably gives them a little chance to go in there now.
Yeah, this was all old dudes.
This is one of the. This is one of those for Uncharted and Dog both came out last week. Uncharted was by far the #1 picture in America, but in Payson, Dog was by far the #1 picture. It's I call it a Payson movie.
Yeah.
And it did really good for us. It's been bringing in huge crowds.
Nice.
And I guess most people realize that in the Payson area, we have a huge veterans community.
Yes, we do.
And I think that probably a lot of our veterans wanted to go in and see what the movie guys' take on modern military life would be.
Yeah.
And I thought it was it treated the subject with dignity.
Right.
They didn't ridicule anybody, but they showed
Real life.
Showed real life, yeah. And even though it was filmed in New Mexico, supposedly we get to go down to Nogales, in Arizona. Nogales, in the Arizona side of the border. So, but that's movie magic because it was really not filmed.
Would
here.
you say it's a kids movie then, or not so much?
Oh no.
No.
It's quite serious. It's
Yeah.
not it's not bloody. It's not
Just more serious.
yeah, not nothing to worry about in terms of naked people, any of that kind of stuff, or language particularly. But it's just serious. It's a movie for grown-ups, even though it says PG. That's it's not bad. It's just not for kids.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, how's Jackass Forever doing in the movies right now? I heard a few people talking about this. Some are back and forth. Some hated it, some loved it, but you gotta love Jackass to love the movie,
Exactly.
I think.
Yeah. If you like that kind of crazy stuff, it's supposed to be just hilarious.
Yeah.
If you don't,
Then you're not gonna like it.
It's definitely rated R.
For good reason.
For good reasons. A lot of.
It usually is.
A lot of full frontal in this one. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. A lot of boy stuff.
A lot of boy
Boy
stuff.
stuff. There you
Boy
go.
stuff going on.
Yeah, they're all idiots, really. But it's it's fun to go watch people hurt themselves.
Yeah, that's funny.
And that's let's just say it. If someone hurts themselves, that's a bad thing. But if they hurt themselves,
For humor.
then it's funny.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's been here for around 4 or 5 weeks on that one now, so it's definitely on the. In fact, I'm pretty sure I'll be leaving Thursday this week. So if you do want to see it, this will be your last week.
Definitely get out there and watch it.
Moonfall's the other one. Moonfall will be gone next Thursday too.
And this is crazy too. Moonfall, they they spent $140 million to make. Jackass Forever, they spent $10 million. Jackass Forever brought in 62 million, and Moonfall has only brought in 38. So.
Well, have they been both out the same amount of time? Or?
About, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You know, on movies,
Approximately.
Yeah.
yeah, when you're looking at movies, they're going to make usually close to half their money in that first week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, films are very, they're top heavy. You get that once they start fading away. I don't know what Jackass is making now, probably, you know, $150,000 a week at this point.
Yeah.
Just kind of creeping along.
Yeah, but if you like seeing people shot out of a cannon into a rose bush or
Well,
something.
that's always exciting.
Yeah, well, Johnny Knoxville takes a hit from a bull in this one
Oh.
that breaks his wrist, 2 or 3 of his ribs,
Oh my goodness.
and a bit of a brain hemorrhage.
Oh
So,
wow.
yeah. So,
He
yeah.
does go to the extreme, doesn't he?
You know what? He's taken probably some of the hardest hits of all those guys. But yeah, and the last one, they're pretty much done with this one.
Mhm.
Johnny Knoxville's family, I think, kind of put their foot down when.
Enough
Sure.
is enough, huh?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's.
You're gonna end up killing yourself, buddy.
He's almost as old as I am. It's like, oh my God, I can't even think about doing some of the crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, this will be the last one. They might be grooming some new people.
Mhm.
They brought in some younger guys on this one, so they might take over.
Fresh meat.
Pretty much,
I
yeah.
wonder if they can go as far as he does.
Well, well, what's probably going to end up happening is one of them's going to, you know, be killed or.
I
Yeah,
wait,
'cause
you know, I'm just surprised he's still alive.
Did you get the
today.
cut? Did you get the cut?
Yeah. Well, they've gone through some things, you know. Steve-O was going to jump out of a second floor window, and they actually had to stop him on that one. But that was his plan for a skit. I think they did a little bit.
That was
away
it?
with him.
Just jump out of a window and see if he dies?
He pretty much, yeah.
He wanted to see if he lands on his feet.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they did.
Or bounces off his butt. I don't
I
know.
think that was when they all kind of stepped in and got him some help. So.
He needed some help.
It's a little bit crazy there.
No
yeah.
more tequila for you.
Yeah, you're cut off,
Yeah, I
bud.
think there's probably a little more than tequila going on there.
But the production company is the one that's owned by those guys, Knoxville and his buddies.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so the proceeds, the huge flood of money that people went out to go see this movie will all go pretty much to those guys that are risking their health.
They're all millionaires for it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you're. I don't know.
Well, we got a couple of minutes on radio, but we are streaming live on the KRIM FM Facebook page. But before we leave radio,
Death on the Nile, Marry Me, and Blacklight. We haven't really talked about any of those.
Death on the Nile. It's been doing great.
And you liked Marry Me, so that's good.
I loved it.
Death on the Nile is just a superb movie. I mean, really terrific. And colorful and scenic, because some of it is filmed actually in Egypt and stuff. And great acting, great cast, all that. Blacklight is Liam Neeson beating people up. I think that's all I know about that movie.
You haven't seen it yet?
No.
Do you plan on
Yes.
seeing that?
No.
All you need to know is Liam Neeson beating people up. That's what it's about.
That's what it's about.
Well, there you go. If you want to watch somebody getting beat up or people getting beat up, there's your movie, guys. I mean, again, that one is. How long is that one going to be in there for?
Yeah, another couple of weeks.
Couple weeks, okay.
Yeah, they said we're kind of the studios hit us with 5 new movies in 2 weeks, and now they're giving us nothing this week, and then next week is just Batman.
Okay.
So I'm kind of at the mercy of the studios on a lot of this
Yeah.
stuff, and I had someone ask about kids movies too. We don't have any kids movies, and they're just not putting anything out.
Can only show what you get.
Yeah, we're looking at April 8th, I think, for the next kids movie.
Wow.
So yeah, I
Are
don't
we
know.
going to get any more Minions movies anytime soon? I like those little critters.
If you call July 1st soon, yes.
Okay, well, this year anyway.
My goodness, so
Yeah.
far out.
Have you seen any of the Minions movies?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you like them?
No.
No. Oh, I just
Everybody
think,
loves Minions. What? Come on.
I just
I
love
can't.
them.
They're cute, but I can't sit there and watch a movie.
Oh, I love the language. They invented a whole language just for them.
When my daughter was younger, she made me watch a lot of Minions. So
Well, I've never seen Tangled or Frozen, so I've missed those.
let it go.
Let
Let it go. You know, I don't have a comment on Frozen. If you have a daughter, you don't have a comment either. Well, you guys, that is it for the radio, but we are streaming live on the KRIM Facebook page. And here is the KRIM weather.
Now the KRIM weather forecast for Payson and surrounding areas.
Do your kids get stuck on those?
Yes.
My kid got stuck on Stuart Little. I
Oh,
had to watch that about 70 times.
With my son, we watched a lot of Marvel movies.
Oh, see, that's good.
Yeah. So it wasn't too
Yeah.
much kid stuff there.
speaking of Marvel, I don't see a new Captain Marvel movie on the horizon.
It's out there.
Is it
Yeah, they're
over the edge of the earth somewhere?
yeah.
Can't quite see it.
Yeah, I don't know if they've started filming on it yet or not. They're still, that whole COVID thing backed everything up and kind of threw off their schedule. Because Disney they can't just make a Marvel film anymore because it's all one big storyline. So they have to keep them in order. They have to come out
When they're supposed to.
sequentially. Yeah. The next one we've got is April 1st actually. Morbius, Jared Leto as the living vampire Morbius. That's awesome. That was a little
He's
more.
excited for it.
I am, and they keep pushing it back. It was supposed to come out January 28th, I think, and then they pushed it back to April 1st.
Wow.
But that's kind of more on the Venom side of that.
Yeah, I
Venom
think
and-
Leto will be a great Morbius. He's got the right style for that.
Yeah, and actually I understand a little bit they pushed it this last time because of how well Venom did. So they did some reshoots and they're going to add, I think we might see Venom, maybe even Spider-Man and Morbius.
Oh,
It's kind of it's all kind of cool. And
Well,
then
we're not sure if Morbius is really going to be the blockbuster we need. So we'll have a guy go in and break somebody's head off,
Well, that whole
and it works.
that was Morbius got into it with Spider-Man a few times too. And again, Morbius is another one of those, you won't like this, but an anti-hero type where he is a vampire, but sometimes he helps people out and sometimes he just kills them. You got that balance, but
Balance.
well, it's good because it adds that the character, the characters themselves are torn between, doing bad things, killing people, and then wanting to do good things, but they're just kind of pushed to being bad.
That's
So it's
because
just
he's a vampire, okay, but the Venom is inhabited by a
symbiote,
space
a
alien
parasite.
symbiote.
So you got Tom Hardy who wants to be good, but then you got this space alien who really doesn't have any care for human.
Yeah, no affection or
Yeah,
empathy
he
for
doesn't- yeah.
humans.
He doesn't care if he kills
No.
someone.
It's
So
vermin.
again, there you get that split. The characters kind of fighting with themselves.
Well, I'm waiting to see what they're going to do with Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel really did. It's a $1 billion movie, I think, wasn't it?
Pretty
Wow.
close, yeah.
They're right up there. And I'm saying, that's a good neighborhood to be in.
Mm-hmm.
But they're kind of stymied because Captain Marvel's like Superman. They're so powerful, in their powers. The things that they can do. They can fly and beat people up and zap them with their eyes and all of the stuff that they can do. It's hard to find an opponent that's strong enough to challenge them
Mm-hmm.
because you just flick them away.
You know, what we're gonna see is Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse is May 4th, May 5th, somewhere in there. This is where you're gonna see the multiverse. This weird kind of alternate universes floating around out there, and that's, I think, how Disney is gonna solve their problem of the X-Men and Fantastic Four. Is they're gonna bring them into the Marvel universe.
Ooh.
So it's gonna be that's probably where you're gonna see your next opponents for like Captain Marvel is coming from that. You got what's his name? Doctor Doom from the Fantastic Four.
Dr. Doom?
Doctor Doom, yeah.
Wow.
He's pretty brutal. And you get into some of the Celestials, Galactus and stuff, these almost godlike characters that are more into that Fantastic Four side of it, so we'll be able to bring all those in.
Well, they were able to get that guy that could snuff out one in every two people in the galaxy.
Thanos, yeah.
You know, that's pretty powerful.
Oh yeah. Well, Thanos is kind of one of these galactic type people. Silver Surfer is another one they could bring in, the Silver Surfer, who's pretty powerful.
If there's somebody powerful enough to snuff every other person in the entire galaxy, why can't they make somebody powerful enough to give everybody in the galaxy a kitten? That's what I say.
A kitten.
He could have gone that route. Yeah.
Kittens are nice.
That's too many kittens.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
comment on that one.
Maybe a mix of bunnies and kittens. One person gets a bunny, one gets a kitten.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, bunnies are nice too.
Some? Until you pick them up?
Until you pick them up.
My rabbit don't like to be picked up.
Yeah, they kick, huh? Yeah.
They scratch. They like to be held, they just don't like to be picked up. So, that could be interesting.
Yeah.
Probably think you
How do you
could
get from
really
here to
kill
there?
them.
I don't know.
Clifford Lane, the movie guys and gal. Good morning out there. Kylie Harris is watching. Bobby Lowry.
Hi, Bobby.
Shannon Peabody says, have a blessed day, y'all.
Well, thanks.
You too. We are having a
And
good day. It's Friday.
only see PG movies
Why?
Oh, yeah.
because there's no bad words.
Oh.
Don't listen to him.
No, we don't have any PG movies until July, right?
He's gonna kick
April.
you under the table, I think.
Yeah, hey man, that's another one. Disney. Turning Red was supposed to come out on March 11th, which is a kids one about this girl who turned into a giant panda, but an animated kids thing, PG, and looked great, and Disney yanked it.
Oh no.
So yeah, we're left with, and that's spring break up here.
Yeah, it is.
Got 2 weeks of spring break, and I don't have any kids movies to play.
Can't bring an old one back either.
Yeah, I can. The problem with that is, again, Disney has all the good kids movies,
Yep.
and they're all on Disney Plus.
I get where you're going with it.
Yeah.
It just, and I had to live through that with, COVID and nothing being available, and we had to bring in old movies, and you get very limited. There's so many streaming services now, Netflix and Amazon Prime and everything. All these older movies, you can find them on TV. So it's kind of hard to bring them back and put them up on the big screen. It's some people have an interest in that, but it's just not there. You need the newer film,
Yeah.
new product.
Are you ever able to go out and get, like oddball independent movies? Or is it just pointless because nobody will come to see them?
Well, we did the whole, Travis Mills.
Yeah.
Did his whole 12 westerns in 12 months.
I haven't seen Big Red yet. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
We did, especially the Pleasant Valley War movie. That did really good for us.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, generally not. There's a lot of weird business kind of side to bringing in some of these independent films. That makes it hard for us.
It's, I guess, not generally known,
but in the United States, in a typical year, movie guys will make 3,000 feature-length movies. That is, I mean, you would think that's a lot of content, so you'd be able to go out and get, you know, as many movies as you wanted.
Right.
But most of them just aren't very good.
You figure those 3,000, 2, maybe 3 a week. So actually only, you know, 160, 170 of those 3,000 movies make it to the theaters.
Yeah,
And
general
the
distribution.
rest are just,
Who knows what happens to them?
well, most of them go directly to, you know, Netflix or Amazon Prime or
DVD.
DVDs. Yeah, not so much DVDs. But everything, you know, everything has its place. You know, I guess, and especially right now, like I said, with the streaming services.
Excuse me.
Well, yeah, they're getting a lot more content for the streaming services. But even if you include those, you know, that doesn't gobble up 3,000 movies.
No, no, it's tough. But I mean, again, 3,000 films. I mean, probably half of them aren't watchable.
Yeah, probably
Just-
more than that.
Yeah, just
They're not
complete.
watchable.
Yeah. I watched Awesomeness Maximus last night on Amazon Prime.
What is the title?
Awesomeness Maximus.
Awesomeness Maximus.
One of those spoof films.
Huh.
They're kind of making fun of the 300 and
Oh, okay.
Gladiator, and yeah. Actually, I think I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah, was it fun?
Yeah.
It's got a
Yeah,
catchy title.
I drank a few beers while I was watching it, but it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, they also make about 3,000 movies a year in India, and I hardly
Bollywood.
ever get to see any Bollywood movies.
well, they're kind of hard to watch, I think.
Well, they're very particular to that culture, aren't they?
Yeah, well, they break out into song and dance and
In the middle of a
Yeah,
battle scene or
yeah,
something.
exactly. So it kind of.
The god Rama's smiting somebody, and then everybody stops, takes a break, and does a big production number.
Well, same thing. China. You know, some of the biggest movies every year are actually made in China.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just don't hear about them. They got movies up there making, you know, $800-900 million a year.
Wow.
But they don't play them over here either.
Because they're unwatchable.
Well, I mean, I guess they're watchable for
For them, they're
for Chinese
watchable.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder.
Well, I mean, there are differences in different markets, and the Chinese market is not as mature as the American market. So they can, if you go back to look at the kind of big movies, or big-ish movies anyway, in the 30s and 40s and 50s, even stuff like El Cid or you know, The Big Fisherman, or, you know, from the 50s, that were really big, popular movies, well photographed and pretty to look at and everything. But you go back and look at them today, and they're really dated. And that's kind of where the Chinese audience is currently. They're happy to get something big and splashy and intense and dramatic on the screen, and yeah, if it doesn't really make much sense, then they don't care. You know, it's okay.
They don't really like Star Wars over there.
Wow.
That's weird. I
The
wonder
Star
why.
Wars movies don't do big money in China.
Huh. I wonder if it's because of the living under a dictatorship for so long. They don't care for the whole idea of the emperor.
the evil empire.
Yeah,
Are they talking about us?
yeah.
No. I think it's more just Star Wars came out in 1976. You know, well before the Chinese market became established. So they don't have that. You know, here we all kind of.
Yeah,
From a young age, we know Star Wars.
Yeah, and regardless of what we think about any particular Star Wars movie, when one comes out, we go see it. You know,
Yeah.
we just kind of have to.
Yeah,
It's like James Bond movies. You know, you
You
don't
have to.
you don't miss them. No, you
Mhm.
don't miss a James Bond movie. You just
No.
don't.
You know, when I host trivia, we've done a Star Wars category, and it surprises me that how much people don't know for the Star Wars categories. I would
Really?
think that more
Really?
people watch Star Wars, but you know, it's a hit and miss, I think.
There's a
Do
lot
you
of,
like 'em?
There's a lot of trivia. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But see, there's a lot of trivia you can throw into those, and you know, I've kind of looked at those 2 trivia questions on Star Wars, and I'll miss them.
Mm-hmm. They could be kind of tricky.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, like I said, there's just we're on
There's
9,
so much.
Yeah, we're on 9 films now, so you've got this huge library of
Mm-hmm.
and plus I can't remember too much. So
It happens.
One of the things that I always like about Star Wars, and kind of generally for me as a mark of a exceptional movie, is they'll do stuff in the Star Wars movies that have nothing to do nothing to advance the plot. They're just in there for fun. Like remember what they had the Crystal Coyotes in
Oh, yeah.
some one of those about 4 or 5 movies back now, and they didn't have to do that, but it was cool. I mean, it was visually arresting, had nothing to do with the plot. It was just there for us to look at because it was fun. And then when Luke Skywalker is having coffee in the morning, there's this giant sea creature that is, I guess, his pet, but a huge thing, like a dinosaur-sized sea creature, and he milks it for his coffee. So he has a little cream in his coffee.
yeah, it was just
I mean, it was just weird. I mean, and it was so weird that I remember it. It didn't advance the plot or anything. There's no reason why that creature should have been there, except that it was something strange to show the movie public.
yeah, that was. I
That
think
is-
they went too far there.
I think they went a little
But
far
that was
too. Milk for his coffee.
Yeah.
But when you go back to Star Wars, the first Star Wars, one of the big scenes was when they went into the cantina.
Yes.
And that was, they went in there where there's just like 30 weird aliens sitting around, drinking, yeah, drinking.
Drunk
And they-
aliens. At that,
Yeah, drunk. They had this crazy band going, and I think that was one of the first things that really kind of hooked people into Star Wars. It's like, wow, this whole weird, crazy universe going on, and
Yep.
and they've done that since that first one. They've always added, these kind of a mark of Star Wars is these weird little monsters and
Drunken aliens.
drunken aliens and weird
Yeah.
sea cows or whatever that thing was.
And remember the sad monster keeper. This, the
Oh, with the
maybe the second.
the Rhinoc or whatever that got killed. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
And again, it didn't really
Was it,
didn't need to be in the movie, but there's this one just very short, 15-second shot of the monster keeper, whose monster had just been killed by one of the Star Wars guys.
Was that the football player too?
Oh, I don't know. Some
God,
linebacker or something.
No, the one that played Mondo in Blazing Saddles.
Oh,
I think it was the same. I think it was actually the same guy.
really?
Harris.
Karras.
Yeah,
That was Karras?
I think so.
I think you might be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
But anyway, it didn't have to be there. And there's Alex
Alex
Karras.
Karras. I think so. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Professional football player, and he's the monster keeper. The monster was supposed to kill the Star Wars guy. I don't know if it was Luke or
Luke.
it was Luke, and Luke manages to avoid death. And the monster keeper is just sad, and you get a shot of him, and it's very depicts his sadness in a very professional acting way, so that you really get it. You really, oh my
Right.
God, look at that poor guy. His monster's dead.
No.
You
You feel so sad for him.
Yeah, and it didn't have to be there. But, and Spielberg is known for that kind of extra detail in his movies, and he
Yes.
does it as a matter of course.
Yep.
He made a movie a few years ago with Tom Hanks. It's about exchanging Francis Gary Powers, who was captured spying in a spy plane deal, captured by Russia, and Tom Hanks is a lawyer that's trying to negotiate to get him free. Tom Hanks is going in West Berlin. He walks past a movie theater, and then he heads over into East Berlin. And on the movie theater, on the marquee, the old-fashioned marquee, not the kind of marquee that you have, not the electric one,
New fancy ones.
the new fancy one. He just got a new marquee,
Ooh.
a new fancy one. But the movie that was playing in 1963 or something in Berlin was a movie called 1, 2, 3. It was a real movie. It was about an young East German kid that comes to West Germany and has a hard time adapting to freedom. And I mean, a really small, nice, cute little movie where a guy is tortured by the CIA by having itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini played to him over and over and over and over and over again.
Oh my! Wouldn't you just want to pull your hair out?
Yeah, until the guy cracks. You know?
Right.
This communist agent cracks. But Spielberg didn't have to do that.
Mm-mm.
It didn't have anything to do with the movie. He could have just as well walked past a hotel or a grocery store or a tire store, but no. Spielberg has him walk by the movie and the movie is playing this clever movie about Berlin at the time that Spielberg's movie was there. It was just neat. It was just a clever thing, and Spielberg has just tons of that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Saving Private Ryan, they did that. They're walking through the jungle and it's raining, and you hear the raindrops on these big elf-on-ear plants clicking that way, and it's as they're walking forward, it slowly turns into machine gun fire. Just that same, from the rain hitting that to gunfire, and he seamed it in there perfect. It was just again,
So
I said,
neat
just
how
a
they-
little,
Yeah.
just a little thing like that, but when you throw it all together in a movie, then it becomes an Academy Award winner.
Well, that's why I love movies. I don't love the ones that they spend $9 to make and don't have any talent. Like I reviewed this is the opposite end of that. I reviewed a zombie movie for my very satisfactory book, A Gross of Zombies, which I encourage everybody to buy on
Very satisfactory.
encourage everybody to buy on Amazon. But it's a zombie movie, and they're in LA, and they're in an abandoned hospital or something, and the guy's got a rifle, and he's looking for zombies, and he goes through a door, and then the camera angle switches, and it shows him not leaving the room, but entering the next room, and he doesn't have a rifle anymore. He's got a shotgun. I mean, it's just awful. It's
that's crazy.
Just awful, awful,
jeez.
awful. And we talked about the 3,000 movies they make every year. Well, a lot of them are like that. They're just not
Usually
good.
they have one person, a continuity guy.
Well, they couldn't afford a continuity guy.
Yeah, that goes through and watches that. Well, it's from their standpoint, they might not be filming every day. They film one scene and they're doing, come back the next day and they just
Or come back 2
some-
weeks later
yeah, and
when
they got-
get a paycheck at their regular job at the car
well,
wash.
and then they got the wrong shirt on.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is easy enough, I guess, to skip over, but when you're watching it, you catch on to those things.
Especially if you watch it more than once.
Yeah.
And some movies, and I think you have, like Piranha Double D, for instance, a 3D movie.
3D.
3 double D.
3 double D.
Yeah. So It's a
Classic.
well, it's about piranhas eating people up. That's a, you know.
Oh, that sounds
in,
Yeah.
great.
in Lake
That's one of
Havasu.
his
Yeah, Lake
favorites.
Havasu.
And Lake Havasu, so that's a good.
It's your favorite?
No,
One
it's
of
not my
your favorites?
favorite.
Yeah, it's his
But-
favorite
but
movie of all time.
It's just a, well, first it's terribly violent, but just
Yeah, it
violence,
is.
violence and nudity, and well, it's 3D, so it's really the guy. It's like the
The
guy
splatter is really splat.
It's like the guy from Girls Gone Wild, and he's up there filming in Lake Havasu, and in the middle of all this, during spring break, these prehistoric piranha are released from under there's an earthquake, and anyway,
I
so these
can
piranha
only
babies-
imagine the scene right now.
Yeah.
I can picture this.
Yeah.
Well, at the end of it, the piranha bite this guy's penis off, and then they spit it out at the camera
In 3D.
in 3D. Yeah, it's just
Never been done before.
Oh
well,
no.
the guy's a real jerk too, so it's pretty
So it's okay.
pretty funny.
Yeah.
Spitting penises. It sounds great.
Yes, piranha 3
but-
double D.
Yeah, but that's an example of a movie that you know
That's
at
out
least
there.
at least Craig and I could sit down and watch and enjoy pretty near any old time. And for me, another one is Fifth Element. I don't know how many times I've seen Fifth Element, but when it comes on TV, I'll sit down and I'll watch it for an hour or so.
See, you can get stupid though, and Piranha 3 Double D is one of those that's kind of stupid, and like Sharknado, where there's sharks getting sucked up into a tornado and killing people, and
In the tornado?
yeah, it's dumb, but somehow I don't know, it's kind of fun.
They
They're
catch
kind
you.
of fun to watch. It's
Well,
kind of fun to watch.
that one, the Sharknado franchise is so intriguing that the public has been going back time after time. I think there's 4 or 5
4 or 5 of them,
Sharknado's
yeah.
movies.
It's ridiculous, but you know it's ridiculous, so it kind of makes it
So
okay.
it makes, yeah. You just know what to prepare for then.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
well, and it is kind of shocking though to see a Yankee Stadium full of airborne sharks biting people. I mean,
Just terrible special effects too. Just
oh
terrible.
yeah, really bad
They
special
didn't even
effects.
try. Yeah, that kind of helps the whole effect.
Yeah, a spoof.
Yeah. Piranha 3 Double D actually has some decent effects in it. It's a terribly brutal movie too. The end scene, all these kids are spring break and they're all in the water, and just like 5,000 prehistoric piranhas show up and just destroy everybody.
Jeez.
Oh, it's so bloody.
Well, it
Yeah.
is almost spring break if you guys want to
Whole,
watch a
whole
spring
Yeah.
break
dormitories
movie.
worth of college kids get gobbled up.
Just
Oh man.
in half.
Phew.
It's
But
great.
then they're
It's great.
But watch it if you haven't.
Well, I haven't, so
You'll thank me.
Saving Private
I'll call you
Ryan.
later and tell you what I think.
Saving Private Ryan, I've seen probably half a dozen times, and I
Oh, see, that's the opposite end of the spectrum. That's
Yeah. Really, really well done. There's one scene in Saving Private Ryan where Tom Hanks, again, how often when we're talking about movies that we love, is Tom Hanks the guy? Pretty often.
Mhm.
But he's on the beach at Normandy, he's hiding behind some, like a sand dune, and he's chewing some gum, and then he takes a mirror out of his mess kit that they're supposed to use to, if you're a soldier, you have a steel mirror that you can shape, and he sticks that onto using the gum onto a bayonet, and then puts it around the edge so that he can see where the German machine gun is. I mean, it's a very, very clever Spielbergian.
Spielbergian. I like that.
Yeah.
It's a new word.
Yeah, Spielbergian bit of filmmaking. That's why we like Spielberg.
Mhm.
And sometimes it's fun to see his movies, and sometimes his movies are so impactful that you can't watch them very often.
Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan is one of them.
It was brutal. Yeah, it was tough to watch.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely a tough one.
The other one you do is Bachelor Party. It's one of Tom Hanks' early films, completely different than Saving Private Ryan.
It is completely different. Boy, I haven't seen that in a long time either.
Great film.
I don't think I've seen that one.
There you go.
Well, you guys have taught
Just-
me a lot today.
Did you see Hooch?
Yes.
Turner and Hooch?
Yes.
I love that one. What a big slobbery dog.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
Well, it is that time for us to sign out and go and enjoy our weekend. For him, it's time to go show some great movies. You guys have a great and safe weekend out there.
Okay, thanks for letting us in, and goodbye,
Oh, thank
people.
you.